Bearcats will put total leather to crank us up. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense getting set for first down. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Hennigan. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
A lot of times you can tell by the pass set, that tackle gets really, really quick. You can tell that ball's going to come out quick. Great job by the defensive end, seeing the ball come out quick, getting his hands in the air, and deflecting the football.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Motion from the offense. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Catch inside the 30 and still running. There he goes to the right. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, FIU. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. He'll start this drive firing. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown, Panthers! And the defense doing work. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Now on first down after that completion. To the air, it's Stafford. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
We may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He's back to throw on second down. Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes a catch at the 20. Touchdown, Florida International. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. They're just about ready to kick it away. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude.
He lets one fly deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it and tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That's caught. It's Cooper. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Right back to the well. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back, cat-like quickness?
Now the play fake. Avoids pressure. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
International, 21, Cincinnati.
The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the backs. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. It's Stafford. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. He found his man and sifted in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11.
You need to do a better job as a defender tackling the catch. On the curl route, he had a chance to break on the ball, get the receiver down, couldn't do it, and as a result, they give up an explosive play.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that process. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. And this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
Cincinnati, 14.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, when pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Hennigan. Sends it downfield. Makes the catch on the route. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Panthers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to advance on the football.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important.
Brings it down on the right side. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical.
Grabs it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Cincinnati, 21.
Fair catch called for and made. The Florida International offense is back on the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back at...
Time to take a shot. Ball in the air, intercepted. Bringing it back. The 40. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got him downfield. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to...
Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams, and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the Elk.
Fires to the right. Tosses it incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Back to throw, it's Hennigan. Looking to the big tight end. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. Touchdown, FIU. And once he got loose, it was all over.
But the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Bowls his way forward. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Cincinnati.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Stafford. Fires to the middle. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, he did a good job getting to the middle of the field. That's where the offense wanted to attack on that play. He's just got to do a better job looking that football in.
Quarterback checking off. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, on offense, defense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Florida International 35, Cincinnati 21.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Looking for a man. It's Stafford. Still on his feet. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing at bounds.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. That's caught. It's Cooper. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. He wants to pass it on second down. Escapes trouble. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And here they come, almost all the way back.
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
Looking to pass, it's Stafford. Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead.
That's tough to defend, right? Going 5 wide, spreading us out across the field. These windows become a little bit bigger when you do that, and they were able to convert, and as a result, they walk away with 8 points on the drive.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they got it at the 42.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Might as well give it to him again. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Florida International 35, Cincinnati 29.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quickly to the tight end. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Wide out in motion. The handoff, keep working on that clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Hennigan. Gets it out quickly. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Sampson. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Reads it, fires complete. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it.